Yeah,
not just
that makes sense.
Yes.
That makes sense. And one would assume that a lot of people would be in support of this, but the reality of the situation is that not a lot of people are going to be in support of this, because there are actually people out there who actually know that this child that this man is taking care of is not his own.
Yes.
So because like I said, Nigeria ranks number 2 in the entire world. 30% of couples have a child, at least one child, that is not the husband's own. So that means if you think about 3 different couples, 3 random couples, statistically, at least one of those couples have a child that is being presented as the man's own when it does not belong to the man.
I feel like the reason why that narrative that if you ask me for a paternity test, then there are trust issues. I feel like why people are reacting that way to it is the false narrative that people have been pushing concerning paternity tests. For example, now I saw a tweet where someone said 65 to 80% of marriages have paternity fraud. That is not true. It's not practical. It means literally almost everybody I meet.
It's not practical.
It's not practical. Who has the statistics? It's not practical. And number 2, since when this issue broke out, this story broke out, people have been lashing out on women. Okay, women are scum, so women do this, women do that. We understand all of that. We understand all of that. And the thing is, there's literally, okay, we say there's 30%.
It is like a war. It's like
yes,
the war of the sexes. Basically, eventually, I know in a few weeks to come, the women, the feminists, they will get the opportunity. They will get their own chance to trash men too. Because I know something would happen. Someone would do something and it will become crazy. They will like, oh, someone did something to his wife or to his daughter or something like that, and they would come on to trash it.
You know this thing is even it's like an advantage to men. Okay, you said, for example, Nigeria has the highest percentage.
Not the second highest.
Second highest, okay, and 30% of marriages, right? It's also the same way men who probably have children outside of marriages, their percentage is probably even higher than women who bring other children, other men's children. It's very possible, but there's really no way. If the man hides it well, if you don't find out, you're never going to find out. But for the woman, if the man decides to get a paternity test done, he's just going to know. So it's less of an advantage to women because they can easily find out. Do you understand? They're the ones that give birth, so they can easily lie and say, okay, you're the father. So it's more of an advantage to the men. So because it seems, and yes, I understand that. Now, because I feel like you doing that, you give birth to the child, this man, you see this man loving the child, going closer to the children every day, spending on them, especially when the man does not have a child of his own.
People are terrible.
That's fraud. It's terrible.
There was a particular case on Twitter of a lady that was dating a guy.
Yeah.
I think the guy lost his job, lost his money and things like that. And she had already told him that she was pregnant for him, so they were planning a marriage because she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Then she came back and she told him that, oh, the child is not yours, it's for someone else. And she went on, she left him when he was broke, and she went on to marry that other person. And years later, that particular person she married, he did a paternity test on that particular child. And it became apparent that the child actually belonged to the first man she was dating. That she actually told her. So because the man lost his job, she was like, okay, I'm not going to settle with this guy again. I'm going to do it on that person. But I think one thing is that people are already used to this idea of men being unfaithful, of men being able to hide an entire family. You understand? We see that in movies. Men are men, they can have an entirely different family, and men are very promiscuous. People are used to that idea. If you say, okay, if you tell me a story of a man that is cheating on his wife, I probably won't be intrigued. It will be like, because it's like something that we know.
We hear
but this other one too happens, and it actually happens on a scale that is much more than what most people actually thought. Like this issue of paternity fraud, it's actually more common than people can imagine. It's actually a lot more common. So I think that is why so as much as a man can actually say, okay, that you would actually hide an entirely different family from your main family, that a woman can actually do that too. That this man is spending on the child.
Exactly.
And
women are also capable of
grooming the child. and doing all those things and knowing fully well that
it's not
there's not
and it can be, and even for the women, I'm not saying women are maybe more terrible human beings. All I'm saying is that human beings are capable of doing evil. If the men probably had the advantage of maybe giving birth,
if men could do that,
they will do it as well.
Women, that's the thing. If men could give birth to children,
yes,
they will probably,
because it's the same intention.
If a man gets a lady pregnant, if the man was the one that was going to carry
the child,
he can carry that. Okay, it's
your
own,
child. You're the mother.
Child.
Exactly what I'm saying. So people are I think women are angry that men are making it seem like they're terrible. It just now becomes a case of fraud because you're literally, the man is going to hide the child, but you're going to hurt the man because he already lost the woman. Even if the man is hiding the whole family, you're going to get hurt and everything, but it's not like you're sharing your heart with those children. So it's going to be devastating for the man, for the children as well.
Like you are taking care of another person's flesh and blood.
Yes, but people making it seem like it's one, maybe, I understand, call a spade a spade. If something is wrong, say it is wrong. And another thing I realized, because I went through some people's comments, you should have seen what they were writing. I'm like, you guys should just calm down. Men do evil things, but they don't have that advantage. So you won't catch them doing so because they are literally incapable of doing it. They cannot give birth. Do you understand? It's not like what they do, hiding families or even most men who cheat actually have children outside their marriage.
Most terrible things that are actually gendered, that maybe most women do, or maybe most men do. It is usually things that happen to be things that only that particular group can do. For example, domestic violence. Most men would not lose to their wife if they fought. The man would probably be the one beating the woman instead of the other way around.
Yes.
And in the issue of, like we are talking about, like paternity fraud,
the woman
cannot. So I think people just get caught up in this idea.
Yes, okay, the advantage you have, that's what would bring.
Hello guys, this is Michael. So this is the first episode I actually featured a different person on my channel. If you would like to see more people featured on my channel, just let me know. Comment, just write it in the comment section, or in any way you can, just let me know. So I'm thinking that I should do this more often, but if this is not a success, I will just stop it right here and just continue with the singular person video. So anyway guys, thank you very much for watching this video. See you soon.